Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. It's Friday the 13th. What a day to record. Doing a Daniel Larson Wiki reading today on families. It's basically going to be his family members we're going to talk about today. Daniel Larson has many family members. Bet you he ain't got as many family members as I have. None of his relatives are on speaking terms with Daniel. I wonder why. And are leading generally normal lives without him, if not already dead. Fucking hell. Not much is known. Not much is known even about his immediate family. The little information Daniel has revealed about his family cannot be taken at face value. However, this article will attempt to identify as many as possible. So yeah, this is a lengthy, well, kind of a lengthy one, but it's like kind of short as well. Parents. Elizabeth Schimmer. See main article. We talked about her last week, so we already know, but I'm going to be doing it again. So, no, Elizabeth Schimmer, November 4th, 1976 to October 2024, was the mother of Daniel, Joyetta and Olivia Larson. Growing up, Daniel claimed to have suffered abuse and neglect at the hands of his mother, which eventually got him taken away by the state of Colorado. However, it is worth noting that Daniel may have been the perpetrator of the abuse himself, as he at one point was arrested for striking his mother, who at the point was wheelchair bound. His mother's Facebook account is filled with covers of various songs, most notably one where Elizabeth is heard singing the cover of I Won't Give Up by Jason Mars over pictures of a young Daniel. Elizabeth was eventually diagnosed with lupus, which ended up putting her in a wheelchair. Due to her disability, and Travis no longer being there to support her, Elizabeth had a harder and harder time taking care of Daniel. This neglect eventually led up to the state of Colorado removing Daniel from Elizabeth's care, putting him in the detention center. Despite Daniel's claims of abuse, Elizabeth has come forward about the multiple times Daniel would physically abuse both her and his grandmother. During one of these instances, it resulted in Daniel having to enter police custody following a call to the authorities after an attack on his mother. Just like all of his other relatives, Elizabeth, despite saying that she loved him in the comment on Papa Gut's channel, wanted no contact with him given his actions. Elizabeth passed away in October 2024, aged 46, due to unknown causes. Probably the disease that she had, what did it, unfortunately. Travis Larson, and this has got a main article which I will be doing next week, I think. Travis Larson, born September 1976, is the father of Daniel Larson and Aura Larson. Not much is known about him except for the fact that he wasn't present for the majority of Daniel's life, and is likely not one of the greatest father to Daniel, as he was dubbed a lost cause. Before eventually splitting with Elizabeth, according to an interview constructed by Larson Leak, he is aware of Daniel's TikTok popularity, pedophilia, and his homelessness. Having a new family, Travis desires to have absolutely no contact with Daniel. Yeah, it's pretty much the best things, like have absolutely nothing to do with Daniel, because he is a lunatic. Siblings. Joyetta and Olivia Larson. This is actually quite sad, to be fair. Born 27th of March 2001, died 27th of March 2001. Not even a day old. That's a fucking tragedy, that is. Are the two and only biological siblings of Daniel Larson. They were conceived by both Travis and Elizabeth. Gloria and Olivia were twin sisters that would tragically die the following day after their birth due to RH incompatibility. I don't know what that means. I really do not. Elizabeth seems to hold more love for them than Daniel. Well, don't really blame you. She made a video singing a cover of the song Angels for them, and given the fact that she would constantly post about them on her Facebook account, and this is a quote, "I wish heaven had a phone so I could hear your voices again. I thought of you today, but that is nothing new. I thought about you yesterday and the days before that too. I think of you in silence. I often speak your name. All I have are memories and a picture in a frame. Your memory is a keepsake from which I'll never part. God has you in his arms. I have you in my heart. Repost if you have someone in heaven." Aurora Larson is Daniel's prenatal half sister. I don't know how to say that word. Little is known about her or her relationship to Daniel. It is most likely that she is the child of Travis and his new wife/partner. It can be assumed that she too has no contact with Daniel at all. It is also called into question if she knows about him at all. However, the one thing about her that is known is that, as revealed by Larson Leak, Aurora has been allegedly arrested for elder abuse, not much unlike her brother. And this is like a picture of her right here. There you go. Yeah. So let's go on to the next one. Grandparents, Nancy Schimmer. And we already did a reading on her already. Nancy Schimmer, April 2nd, 1947 to 24th of July in 2019 is the grandmother, or was the grandmother in that case, of Daniel, an adopted mother of Elizabeth Schimmer, making Daniel's biological grandparents unknown. During his childhood, Daniel was the happiest living with his grandmother, as she genuinely loved and cared for Daniel, especially after being placed in the detention center. After being allegedly neglected by his mother, this was also in part due to Nancy's enabling Daniel's negative behaviours. That is true. She was an enabler. She didn't punish him for anything. In his childhood, an event occurred where a 3-year-old Daniel painted on Nancy's rules, and instead of facing repercussions, Nancy rewarded him with candy. That is what you do not do. You give him a smack if anything like that happens, because you do not award bad behaviour. Definitely not. However, much like Elizabeth, Daniel was said to have hit his grandmother on multiple occasions. Did she reward him for that as well? I bet she fucking did. Even when Nancy was diagnosed with cancer, Daniel continued to beat her. When she eventually died, Daniel opted to go to the Special Olympics instead of watching her on her deathbed. Daniel never attended his grandmother's funeral. He was an absolute cunt. I mean, she was bad as well, but it's her fault that he ended up that way. Daniel William Schimmer, who got a quote straight away. "Goodbye, Dan. You were a good and loving father who encouraged achievement in your children and generosity supported their education. You can be proud of their character and of the contributions they be making into our world. That was Nancy on his obituary. Daniel William Schimmer, September 16th, 1943 to September 24th, 2015, was the ex-husband of Nancy Schimmer, grandfather of Daniel and father of Elizabeth, Sarah and Rachel Schimmer. According to his obituary, he was born in Merced, California, and was raised on a dairy farm near Carawa. If that's actually a fun name to say, Carawa, it's fucking called California. He attended the University of Berkeley and received BSEE, MSEE degrees. He worked for the next 49 years as an electrical engineer, kind of like Bob Chandler, Chris Can's late father. He and Nancy married on November 28th, 1970. Although not much is known about their relationship beyond them giving birth to two biological children, Sarah and Rachel Schimmer, it can be assumed that their relationship was less than optimal. As the couple divorced on September 1st, 2005. Damn. To be fair, that was actually a long marriage. That was a decently long marriage. There's also a record of them divorcing on January 30th, 1984, although it's unclear if they remarried or is simply an error. I think it might have been an error. I'm not quite sure though. Daniel died on the 24th of September 2015. That's his grandfather, not Daniel Larson. Daniel Larson is very much alive, by the way. Due to lung cancer. According to his obituary, he smoked heavily for many years, which may have contributed to his eventual death. There was no service for his death per his request, and his body was cremated. Despite being divorced for a decade by that point, Nancy Schimmer would comment her condolences on his online obituary on the 3rd of October 2015. Considering how both Daniel's grandfather and him had the same name, it is likely that Elizabeth made the decision to name her son after him. And obviously that's his Daniel's grandfather right there. Bit of a small picture, but yeah. I wonder if this one would be a bit bigger. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Okay. Other relatives. Larson's side. After Elizabeth and Travis split up, Travis went on to start a family with an unknown woman. While an existence of Daniel's prenatal half-sister Aurora exists, it is unknown who the rest of the family are, Travis' relationship with them, or if Daniel knows any of them. So we got loads of pictures here, but I'm not going to show. I'm just going to get through this. Paige Larson. Daniel's father is noted to have begun a relationship with a woman named Paige some years after leaving Daniel's mother, making her Daniel's stepmother. Nothing more is known about her besides several pictures of her that had surfaced, and the knowledge that her and Travis conceived Daniel's half-sister Aurora Larson. James Avery. James Avery is the husband of Elizabeth Schimmer and stepfather of Daniel. He and Elizabeth married on January 1st, 2011. A measly year after Elizabeth and Travis split up. She didn't take long to get remarried. He is also the founder of Avery Incubator Inc., a company that incubates small animals such as puppies. To be fair, that's a nice job to have. That's a nice company, and it helps the animals as well. That's actually quite good. I like that. According to photos found from his childhood, James attended Daniel's 13th birthday party, which indicates that they had some sort of relationship. Nothing else is known. Sarah and Rachel Shimmer. Sarah Ann Shimmer and Rachel Jane Shimmer Lyle are the biological children of Daniel William Shimmer and Nancy Shimmer, and sisters of Elizabeth Shimmer, making them Daniel's aunts. Rachel is known to work as a pediatric obstetrician therapist in Danville, California. They have also is also employed at the New York Endurance Company. She attended Samuel Merritt University and eventually got married, giving birth to Daniel's cousins Anne and Leah Shimmer. Sarah's existence is shrouded in mystery. Their relationships with Elizabeth are also unknown. Carol McGuire. Carol Ann McGuire is the older sister of Nancy Shimmer, making her Daniel's great aunt. In 1966, Carol married a man named William Hamilton McGuire. Nancy acted as her bridesmaid, and her brother Daniel I can't even pronounce that, acted as her husband's best man. Following Nancy's death, she left a comment on her sister's obituary. The beautiful spirit of my dear sister will live on in her wonderful daughters and her dear grandchildren. She loved them all very, very much. We all loved her, as we always loved her. David Kuski, I know that's a weird one. That's a weird name to say. Is the older brother of Nancy Shimmer, making him Daniel's great uncle. He conceived his son Noah in the 1990 with his spouse Dirce. Oh God. When Nancy died, he left a comment on her obituary. It is worth noting that David never mentions Elizabeth, despite mentioning Nancy's biological children. Dear Sarah and Rachel, Nancy will always be in my heart, as she will be in yours. Nancy always held fast to her beliefs in honesty and integrity. Those qualities has been inherited by you and by your children. I miss you all with love, David. Noah Zane, November 20th, 1990 to July 5th, 2022. God, he died fucking young. Is the child of David and Nancy Shimmer's older brother, and Deirdre of that one there. This makes him Daniel's second cousin. According to the obituary, Noah is a very generous person. He was noted to have gathered a group of his friends to eat lunch in his middle school custodian, so he would not eat alone, and helping a woman who has fallen. Noah passed away on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. His cause of death was voluntary. He volunteered as an organ donor, which he passed away soon after. Fucking hell. He died a hero then. He died trying to save someone. Damn. Other cousins. Daniel's aunt, Rachel Shimmer, is known to have given birth to his younger cousins, Anna and Leah Shimmer. Nothing more is known about them. And that's basically it. That is it. Last updated 13th of November 2024. Yep. That was it. To be fair, it was actually quite nice learning about his family. It's a bit more Daniel Larson lore right there. So that has been it for this video. I do have one more Daniel Larson Wiki article, which will be the Travis Larson article to read. Tomorrow will be a quickie reading. That will be the last one of that. I think I can't remember if there's another one or not. I'm not quite sure. But I'll leave this here, and I'll see you guys next time.